not hearing it. Why?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Angie Harmony from GreeniHAD, Nigeria, and I'll be your host for today. I welcome you to today's GreeniHAD, to today's webinar, which is organized by GreeniHAD organization to commemorate the to commemorate to commemorate the humanitarian. Can you hear me?
Yes, we are with you.
Okay. To commemorate the World Humanitarian Day. Okay, before I bring up the discussants for today, I would love to introduce you to GreeniHAD. GreeniHAD is a short form for Green Initiative for Humanitarian Aid and Development, which is a non-governmental organization and a non-profitable organization which has its headquarters located at Maiduguri. Okay, which has its headquarters located at Maiduguri, Nigeria. GreeniHAD is actually a team of energetic environmentalists, humanitarian, academians, health experts, agricultural experts, and even community volunteers who come together to employ a friendly environmental solution in order to approach developmental and humanitarian humanitarian actions in order to eradicate those problems. And why they do those stuff, what they do is that they envisages, our vision is to envisages health, poverty, free, um, sustainability, social community. Okay, without wasting much of your time, I would love to introduce you to our discussion of today's topic. And the first discussion is no other person but Gabriel Abraham Bala, which is a humanitarian. He's the founder and also the executive director of Force, and he's also concerned with climate change and climate change community for community. Okay, please, can you indicate yourself? Okay, I'll be calling on the second discussant, which is the founder of GreeniHAD and is also a humanitarian and an advocate of peace and justice. Please, sir, can you indicate yourself?
Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. And we're waiting for Gabriel Bala, who is the founder, the executive director of Force. Yeah. So without wasting much of our time, I think he's having a big network issue. And I think we will still continue while we wait for him. But this program, I think, is timed. Let's continue. So we can just continue with what we have while we wait for Gabriel.
Okay. The question that I'm trying to ask you is, can you please explain what is the meaning of humanitarian? And before you do that, can you please introduce yourself to the viewers?
Okay, I think I've done that introduction, and let me just go straight to your question of who is a humanitarian. Okay, if I'm permitted, Onyeka Chichuku, the founder Green Initiative for Humanitarian Aid and Development told us. One who promotes advocacy, okay, the dignity, particularly those people that are disadvantaged, and of course, people that could be natural crisis. Natural, I mean, hurricanes, you have landslide, and so on, such as where you have war. Sorry, I'm mixing up things together. So where you have war, where you have war, they are man-made, you know, when there are political tussles and whatever, these ones are man-made, but natural places where you have erosion, where you have landslide, and so on and so forth. So a humanitarian is somebody who works to elevate the suffering and provide aid and contribute positive to the social change through actions which prioritize empathy, you know, compassion, and support for others. I think, I don't know if I've been able to answer your question, Harmony.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful explanation. It has actually enlightened us on humanitarian. Okay, can you also give us the principle of humanitarians?
Okay, the principles of the principle of humanitarian is first is humanity. Yeah, because as you have to be human to be a humanitarian. Then another principle is neutrality. Okay, you have to be neutral, irrespective of who is in problem, whether from the same religious background, tribe, and whatever. You have to be neutral. You don't have to be in the side of the government, the side of the people, and whatever. You try as much as possible to be neutral. Then, of course, there's something we call impartial. It's also one fundamental principle of humanitarian. Yes, you have to be so much impartial, and also make sure that it is the people that needs the assistance that you give the assistance to. Then operational freedom, you also make sure as much as possible that there is freedom in your operational independence, sorry. So you have to make sure that your operations are not influenced by the military, by the government, and so on and so forth. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that intelligent answer. Okay, today's theme of this year's Humanitarian Day is no matter what. I don't know, but can you talk about like talk more about it?
Yeah, of course, the Humanitarian Day actually started in 2003 when there was a bomb blast in Bangladesh, I think Bangladesh, and we lost so many humanitarian aid workers in that event. Coincidentally, that happened on 19th August in 2003. 5 years later, United Nations decided to adopt this day to honor humanitarian aid workers that have been putting their lives in line to help others. Now, back to the question. To this year's celebration is tagged no matter what, meaning that we humanitarians are united no matter where, no matter who, and no matter what it will take. We will always be committed to humanitarian aid and response, and that we stand shoulder to shoulder to the community and people we serve. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that response. Okay, I don't know, as the case may be, I noticed that you're actually a humanitarian. So I don't know if you can share to the viewers what actually made you to go into humanitarian space and made you founding an NGO.
Thank you for that wonderful question, Moni. Personally, growing up in a rural environment, I had a first-hand opportunity of meeting people that are vulnerable, and I had a first-hand opportunity of talking and experiencing first-hand poverty, where people, because of poverty, find it very difficult to do some basic things. So, and I discovered myself as a product of grace. So, in the sense that looking at the antecedents and looking at things surrounding my growing up, I discovered it's just destiny. So, and now that I have a platform, I said, let's see how one could also contribute to the society. And this started with a passion to plant a tree. Gradually, it moved into looking at humanitarian environmental response with high environmental consciousness. So I think that's it's actually the driving force and how we got here. And of course, within the little space of time, GreeniHAD has been able to affect lives and the environment in the little way we can contribute. We actually believe that little contribution from everyone can actually make a greater or a great impact. Thank you. I don't know if I'm able to answer your question.
Thank you very much. Okay, what can you tell us those that they want to become an humanitarian, like they want to be part of it? So can you tell them what they need to do, like what are the things they need to do to become part of?
Of course, you can always get involved. The mistake so many persons do is that they feel being a humanitarian, you must be affiliated to a non-governmental organization or whatever. The first is that we are humans before we became the tribe we are. We are first humans before we became affiliated to a particular religion or belief. So you can be a humanitarian. Your journey of humanitarianism starts from your home. Okay? How you look at your neighbor, the kind of words you tell people. You know, there are words you can use on people, and those people get to commit suicide. Okay, that is why one of the fundamental aspects of this organization is psychosocial support. Okay, so there are so many ways you can be a humanitarian, render help to people when they need it, and there are so many of us that have things probably we are using, but we all have alternatives. You can give it out. And today is another opportunity for you to join humanitarians all over the world to be a humanitarian. You can start today by showing love to somebody. Of course, it must not be material things. You can speak good about people, speak nicely to people, and you will discover that you are already a humanitarian. And of course, if you want to take it further, you can also get involved in humanitarian actions around your immediate environment. Okay, there are a lot of community services you can engage yourself into. There are so many of them. You talk of the ones that are developmental. You talk the ones that are humanitarian. You have so many orphanages everywhere. You have beggars. There are people that are in school that cannot pay their school fees. You can help people pay school fees. You can just do anything you can to support people, to assist people, and to make people's life better. Of course, you can look for a non-governmental organization. You can volunteer your time, even if it's 2 hours in a week. Of course, there are some benefits that come with being a humanitarian. One of the benefits for me is the fact that I'm fulfilled. I feel fulfilled whenever I'm doing humanitarian aid. I feel accomplished. I feel I've contributed to humanity. So thank you. I don't know if I've been able to answer your question, but of course, if there are specific areas you want me to throw more light on, try as much as possible to do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful answer. Okay, we have our second discussant here, which is Gabriel Abraham Bala. He is the founder and executive director of FOSI with Elia. Okay, sir, for you this morning. Can we actually meet you? Can we know you?
Yeah, sorry, please. First of all, let me apologize. My network was really hanging up, and then supposed to be in another meeting. Sorry for joining late. So my name is Gabriel Abraham Bala. I am the founder and the executive director for Concern on Climate Change for the Community Initiative. FOSI is an organization that is based in Maiduguri. Our operation covers the 3 states, Borno, Adamawa, and Yobe. I think basically that's all I have from my side. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, I want to know, we the viewers want to know what actually inspired you to work into humanitarian space and why you founded an NGO.
Okay, that's a big one. So, and naturally, I think I have this passion to help humanity. And that's one of the major reasons that pushed me into having a non-governmental organization like FOSI. And again, I have a passion for environment. So when I look at what is happening, and then there's a need for us to put our heads together to fight the effect our environment is facing, I just decided to start up this at the same time. So that's the passion I have. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yes.
Thank you
so
very
basically
much.
that's the reason why I started that.
Okay, my other question goes like this. Can you tell us the negative and the positive contribution the humanitarian action have to the environment? Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Sorry, I omitted now. So can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
So there are so many negative and positive effects of the humanitarian work. One of the positive effects, actually, let me start with it. We have environmental restoration. community resilience, and innovations. Most of the humanitarian projects we have a way of building resilience of communities, and then to make them a better natural resource management practice. And then innovations around projects that normally drive innovation into renewable energy, water purification, waste management, and other eco-friendly technologies that we have. The negative effects we have are around resource depletion. When you have crisis, you tend to bring people in one place whereby they tend to fight over small resources around because they cannot move to a further distance to get resources. That one can actually cause more issues on the effect on that one can actually cause more depletion of the human natural resources we have around the area. The issue of waste generation too. When you have people packed in one place, how to control the waste management is actually another issue. And these are some of the things we have in IDP camps, especially with in the debate around Maiduguri. We have a lot of IDP camps that have these kind of issues. Then we have issue of water and soil contamination too. These are things that people put together in the same place tend to contribute. So these are some of the effects and positive and negative effects that we have as a for humanitarian aspect. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful answer. Okay, we want to know the environmental issues causing humanitarian crisis and a possible friendly solution for them.
Climate change itself has actually caused a lot of issue already. And what happened at the beginning is humans don't even know that they are really the cause. Not until now, the effect is actually fighting back on us. Very, very obvious. Because let me just take us back a little bit back when we started having this technological age, whereby people are out enjoying technology, burning more fossil fuel, cutting down trees, and doing so many things. And then we were enjoying it, not knowing that we're actually trying to cause more harm to the environment. Now, all of a sudden, the whole climate change thing has become so much hard on us. So as it stands, we have it as a case that everybody must be involved to fight, because all of us were part of the reason why we were here, we got here, and then we need to put our hands together to see how we can solve the whole issue.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful answer. Okay, can you tell us the relevance to the World Humanitarian Day? What are the relevance to the World Humanitarian Day?
So the relevance is actually majorly one.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you
hear me? Yeah, can you hear me?
What are the world relevance? What are the relevance to the World Humanitarian Day? What are the relevance?
The relevance, let me just say maybe one majorly that is coming to my head now. That is to remind humans that we have crisis around us, and everybody can contribute to solving the crisis. The humanitarian crisis is a global crisis. It's not a one region crisis. So we need to put our hands together and discover that there is no amount of what a contribution you will do that is small or much, because the crisis is all over around us. So as much as we know that these crises are there, we need to put our heads together and see, okay, I contribute small, you contribute small, and see how we can solve the issue. As you all know now, globally, it is either Ukraine or the Northeast here. Boko Haram is almost 13 years crisis in the Northeast. We have it now in the Northwest with bandits. So humanitarian crisis tend to be something that is going to be with us maybe for a very long time. So there's a need for us to remind humans that everybody needs to play a role in having humanity first and then solving the issue of the humanitarian crisis. So that is the major this thing for the day. It's a day that to remind every human that we need to contribute to that.
Thank you very much. The floor is now open for any questions, any reactions, any contributions from the viewer, anybody. If you have any question for two of our discussants, you can bring it up. Just raise up your hand. Okay. Okay, David, please, can you ask your question? Unmute yourself and turn on your video.
Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. I remain David Shitio, the program manager for GreeniHAD. I want to appreciate the two speakers so much for taking up time to explain to us what humanitarian is, its negative and positive impact on human, and then the day that we are marking today as the World Humanitarian Day. I want to first and foremost contribute to the first question you threw to the speaker, the first speaker whom you were asking what are for you to become a humanitarian, what you need to do. And he rightly answered you. But I want to chip in this way. Before you become a humanitarian, you should have it in mind that what you are going in is not just for money making, because very many of us have gone into humanitarian with a motive or aim of making money, and they lost the concept of humanitarian. So I'm encouraging each and every one of us that let us have this in mind, that we are going in there to alleviate suffering from our brothers and sisters who happen to find themselves in this situation. But by the time you go in there in the name of making money, you get everything wrong. So as a human to eat, you need to prepare yourself that what you are going in is more of charity, is more of alleviating suffering and poverty, especially to those who are in this situation or crisis. And then secondly, I want to contribute on the question you asked, what are the relevance of this day to the world today? It's one of its relevant is to remind human that the first bomb that was thrown, when the first speaker explained that it was thrown and then a lot of humanitarians died. That tells you that this bomb wasn't thrown by inhuman, by animals. It was human beings that did this, and that these are the risks associated with humanitarian. When you are coming in as a humanitarian, you need to open your mind that yes, such things you can face them, and when you face them, it should be to the glory that yes, you have derived satisfaction in serving humanity, and by doing so, even it doesn't matter if it costs you your life, like the thing for this World Humanitarian Day say, no matter what. And then I think the last one is the benefit there is that the first speaker rightly answered, you derive satisfaction. It also brings you out from your comfort zone, and then you tend to learn other person's culture or behavior. And then when you go back to your place, you suit in properly. You see that there is no need to discriminate. There is no need to discriminate on the basis of religion, tribe, races, and all of that. So this is a little contribution I have. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. David, for that wonderful contribution. Okay, any other contribution, any reaction, any question to the discussants? Okay, nobody. Okay, in the absence of none, okay, to the discussants, can you tell me your final words to the viewers all over the world? Mr. Onyeka, can we start from you?
Final words. Thank you very much. I just want to tell us that no matter what, no matter how you feel things are difficult for you, there are people that are still praying to be like you. So just try as much as possible to extend a hand of fellowship to people that are in need, and not just assume that things are just okay with everybody. Okay, ask people questions, try to know what they feel, how they feel. A little words of advice from you could save a soul. Somebody that is planning to commit suicide can actually decide not to do so just because of you. and you'll be very happy that you have contributed to humanity. And of course, you feel that self-fulfillment that I'm talking about, that you are fulfilled. You can beat your chest that I've contributed something to humanity. Thank you. But before my last speaker give his last words, okay, David, thank you for that contribution. And of course, Gabriel is very, very instrumental to GreeniHAD. He has given us so many support, and Fossey is one of our strongest partners. We partner with us in so many things. They've been also supporting us to make sure that we spread the news, that we contribute our own quota to the environment. Of course, David is the demand that the sustainable development goals cannot be achieved by just one organization. He lives in the 17th SDG goals, which is partnership for the good. And we at GreeniHAD really appreciate your partnership of your organization, and support us individual. So that's also the way to go. They have also been humanitarian to our organization. Okay, so Mr. David, Gabriel, I think you can now let me pass the baton to you. Thank
Okay. Mr. Gabriel, are you there? Mr. Gabriel, can you hear me? Can you tell us your final words for the viewers all over the world about what you have been saying? Mr. Gabriel, please, can you unmute yourself? So having some network issues. Okay, can we all turn our video so that we can be able to have a good photograph? Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone, can everyone just turn on their video camera? Okay, turn on your video camera and unmute yourself, please. Okay, some people haven't really turned on their video. Okay, let's turn on our video and unmute ourselves, please, so we can have a nice photograph. Okay, we are going to do the sign of love, and to show like this. We are going to do a sign of love and say happy World Humanitarian Day. Okay, like this. Some people's camera are actually off. Okay, like this. Okay. Let's just say happy World Humanitarian Day.
Happy World Humanitarian Day.
Like this.
Happy World Humanitarian Day. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to use this opportunity to say thank you to everyone. Please, I didn't get the picture. Please, can you just do it again? Let's turn on our video and do the sign of love and say happy World Humanitarian Day like this.
Happy World Humanitarian Day. Happy World.
Thank you, Beauty from Zimbabwe. Good morning. You're highly welcome to this meeting. Please, can you unmute yourself?
Let me introduce Beauty before we go up. Beauty is one of the GreeniHAD International Technical Advisory Board member. Thank you, Beauty. Can you just say a word or two, then we wrap up the session.
Oh, thank you so much, everybody. How are you? Guess you're fine. Yes, you're fine. My name is Beauty.
Yeah. So thank you. And
thank you, Beauty.
Welcome.
I want to say a big thank you to everybody, the viewers and the discussants. You guys have actually spoken well. I want to say a very big thank you to you all. Happy World Humanitarian Day. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the contribution. Thanks for the reaction and the questions. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.